What's up, Jooba people? Welcome to the first lesson in our folk and campfire guitar course. And this is a course for beginner players, not absolute beginners, but not intermediate players. So just kind of, you're not just starting out, but you're still beginner. Okay, and it's gonna be, all the chords are gonna be in the key of G. And these are gonna be chords that are good to use for folk music, like sing-along, campfire type stuff. CCR, Bob Dylan, things like that. I'm just going to play some of them for you so you can see what it sounds like. So G, C, A minor, D7, and we're also going to learn a normal D. And then this C, A7. So they're really thick chords. We're also going to learn this sequence. Okay, so really nice chords to sing along to, and they're actually nice for finger picking as well, because they use almost all the time. They're going to use all the strings of the guitar. Okay. That's not a chord we're going to learn today, but all the other ones I played, we're going to learn. Okay, so let's start with the first one. This is going to be the one chord. One major chord is going to be a G, and we're going to play with the pinky at the bottom and these two fingers at the top like this. Now the reason we're doing this voicing is very specific, right? We want to have easy ways to switch between this chord and the big C. And later we're going to learn to do some nice chord extensions with these two fingers. That's what makes this shape really nice. If you go to the traditional shape, then you're gonna have to do a big jump to switch to C. So the fingers do kind of like a very big dance there. But if you use this G, it might seem hard at the beginning, but if you really master this G, then this C and this G really switches nicely. So you see my fingers are doing minimal movements, and that's kind of the idea behind switching chords faster. So the first chord is a G. Make sure you get it nice and clean. Second chord we're going to do is going to be a D7. Now D7, you just take your index finger, which is already kind of in this zone, and you put it down on the second string. There we go, D7. Very important with the D7 and a D chord to just kind of slightly put your thumb over the neck just like that, so that you can mute the top string. Then you can strum really loud and you won't get that ugly E note in the chord. Okay, so very, very important thing to do. And then this D is what you can also use. Now D7 in the key of G, right? The first couple of songs that we're going to learn are going to be in the key of G. The D chord and the D7 chord are interchangeable. So whenever it says D, you can play D7. Whenever it says D7, you can play D. It just depends on what you prefer, what sound you really want. Okay. Okay, so those are those two chords. Also with the D, remember to mute the top string. Okay, there we have the note there. You can download this PDF using the links in the description. And then the next chord is going to be a C chord. Now you can use this C chord, and I would advise you practice both. Especially if you want to do folk music, the next C, the C/G, is going to be better for you to use. Now, if you're at a G chord, and you switch to a C, let's first switch to the C/G. You're going to put the pinky up there, this finger down, and this finger on the first string. Second string, sorry, first fret. You see that? So you got G, and then C. And practice both Cs, but if you really want to just choose one C to practice, then do the C over G, the C/G, this one. Okay, let's go to the A7. Now the A7 you can play one of two, oh well, the A you can play one of two ways, A or A7. In the key of G, when there's an A chord, which is not really in the key of G, A minor is actually in the key of G, but the A works nice in a lot of folk music. They used the A, which is two major chords, really nice. You can take off the the middle one to get an A7, or play the A7 like this, or like this, or like this. It's really up to you. It's not really specific on the fingering. The A you can also do with these 3 fingers. But some people teach it like this, so it's easier to go to D. But that's really up to you. Okay. The next chord is going to be an A minor. A minor. You can play all the strings, even the top one, but the root note is on the 5th string. As you see, I made the root notes green on these chord charts, so you can just see the notes there. And this one works really nice with E minor. A minor. Okay, so you get the idea. Okay, then we have this little sequence here, which are different ways to play G. Okay, so this is now getting more into the pop kind of zone, but it's really nice to use with folk. So put these 2 fingers at the bottom, and then put the middle finger at the top. And you see the little X there on the 5th string. That means you're gonna mute the 5th string there. So this finger's open to do cool stuff like. Get to that later. This is a G, and then you take the index finger and put it on the F sharp note here, still muting the 5th string, and then you just get this chord which sounds a little bit ugly, but it is very nice to use when you are going to the E minor. So you go G, G over F sharp, E minor, and we're going to use this in a song. I wanna know, have you ever seen the rain? And also you can use it in Sing Us a Song, You're the Piano Man. You'll notice some people play the E minor with these fingers kept there, and you can also do that. It's just a little bit tough in the beginning to do, because it's a bit of a stretch. But you can keep them open or keep them on. Okay, that's it for the chords for this week. We're gonna do these chords, we're gonna just practice these chords, and see you in the next lesson. Cheers.